Welcome to lesson 11 about definition and its types of our course in logic or mantiq. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma akhrijna min zulumatil wahm wa akrimna binuril fahm. اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. So in this lesson about definition and its types, after making an introduction, we will deal with the kinds of definition and description, complete and incomplete definition, and we will make a short conclusion, and then complete description and incomplete description, and then the corresponding conclusions that we are going to make. Whenever a phenomenon in the universe is unknown to us, we raise some questions in order to know it. Our questions about the unknown are not the same. In some questions, we want to know the conception, meaning tasawwur, and in others, the assent or tasdiq. Logicians consider the most important questions about qiddity or essence, existence, and whys. They consider other questions secondary to the fundamental ones. For example, when we do not know anything about magnet and we have just heard the word, naturally and logically we ask for answers to the following questions. 1. What is the essence or what is the nature of magnet? We are asking about its qiddity actually. Second, is there such a reality in the universe or not? Meaning, does it really exist or not? Number 3, why is there such a reality? Meaning the causes for its existence. Through a closer examination, it becomes clear that in the first question, our demand is the presentation of the essence of magnet, but in the second and third questions, we are searching for a kind of affirmation about the nature of magnet and its cause. The answer to the first question can be obtained through the definition of magnet, but the answer to the other two questions needs argumentation. Therefore, the subject definition and its types is mentioned with regard to the questions such as 1, and questions like 2 and 3 are mentioned in relation to argument and its types, which will be discussed in the future, inshallah. Kinds of definition. In the previous discussions, it has been said that the issues related to conception or tasawwur and its types are accounted as introductory to definition. So, the difference between conceptions from the point of view of essentiality and accidentality, etc., in the way it is discussed below, would cause a variety of definitions. Definition or ḥadd and description or rasm. When two characterizations, rational animal and laughing animal, about the human being are compared, we can see that in the first characterization, there is no word of accidentals. But in the second characterization, man's accidentals are mentioned. On this basis, logicians call the characterizations, including mere essentials, of defining expression, definition, but the characterizations, including accidentals, as description. Complete and incomplete definition. When the two definitions, rational animal and rational for the human being, are compared, we can see that in the first definition, the whole of a human's essentials, that is the proximate genus and the proximate differentia, are included. But in the latter, just some parts of the human's essentials, that is the proximate differentia, is mentioned. Logicians call the definition that include the whole essentials as complete definition, and the ones with just some essentials as incomplete definition. Complete definition may be composed of next genus or next or near differentia. Complete and incomplete definition as a continuation of our previous slide. Also, it can be in a way that instead of the next genus, a chain of genus and differentia of the next genus, which is the complete definition of the next genus, is mentioned. For example, instead of saying rational animal, it is possible to say corporeal, growing, sensitive, and volitional moving substance. So when we see this definition, automatically it refers to none but human being. Of course, it must be noticed that the aforementioned definition is desirable whenever it is needed. In the incomplete definition, we may just mention the near differentia, as if for defining human being we say he is rational, or we may also state the remote genus besides the differentia. For example, for the definition of human being, we say he is a rational corporeal body. In the two definitions, the shared aspect which is common is that in both, just some parts of a human's essentials are mentioned, and for this reason it is called incomplete definition. Generally, definition, either perfect or imperfect, must definitely include near differentia. Let's have some conclusions on about complete and incomplete definition. From what has been said about complete and incomplete definitions, we thus conclude: 1. The terms next genus and near differentia always include the whole essentials of things. So the definition which includes them is called complete definition. Number 2, the inconclusive and detailed complete definition does not have any conceptual differences. They are different in non-detailed and detailed characteristics and the number of words. In other words, the size of concepts do not show any difference, but the number of words shows differences. Let us continue also with the conclusion. Number 3, the definitions, the terms definition or ḥadd and defined mahdūd in a complete definition such as human and rational animal are always synonymous. And it is clear that the terms complete definition and defined are equal from the viewpoint of referent, that is miṣdāq. Number 4, The terms incomplete definition and defined are not conceptually equal, but like the term complete definition, they are referentially equal. Number 5, both the terms complete definition and incomplete definition are common in making the term defined or mahdud as distinguished from other beings. Complete description and incomplete description. When the two definitions, laughing animal and laughing, about the human beings are compared, we can see that in the first definition, the terms genus and particular accidental are mentioned together. But in the latter case, just the term particular accidental is sufficient. Logicians call the definitions, like the first, that includes the genus and particular accidental, as perfect description, rasmut tam. They call the definitions, like the second one, which includes the particular accidental only, as imperfect description or rasmun naqis. In defining complete and incomplete descriptions, there is little disagreement as arising from the difference in terminology, and logically, this is not so important. Okay, so what we can conclude from this? From what has been said about complete and incomplete descriptions, we can draw the following conclusions. 1. Descriptive definition, either complete or incomplete, like the incomplete definition, just causes the separation of the defining terms from the non-defining terms. But the difference of description with the incomplete definition is that in a description, the distinguisher is something accidental. But in incomplete definition, it is essential. Also, none of them mentions the whole essentials of the defined. Number 2, in the descriptive definition, the defining term and the defined are not conceptually equal, although they are equal referentially. Number 3, all the 4 types of definition are the same in causing the distinction of one that is defined, that is mu'arraf, from a term other than itself. Okay, so that's all for lesson 11 about definition and its types. So these are the review questions that we have, or better to call it prelectio questions. 1. Write all kinds of questions about unknown entities. Explain. Number 2, explain complete and incomplete definitions by using examples. Number 3, explain complete and incomplete descriptions by using examples. Number 4, what conclusions can be drawn about the complete and incomplete definitions? Number 5, what conclusions can be drawn about the complete and incomplete descriptions? Now, as a practical exercise, write down possible kinds of definitional characterizations and descriptive characterizations for the word book. Next meeting, we will talk about lesson 12, about the rules of definition, inshallah ta'ala. For more similar contents, subscribe to Wayfaring with Mansoor channel. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.